Hello, in this tutorial, I'll go over a basic example of FRI3D's integration with RiskSpectrum PSA. So when FRI3D opens, you have the full interface like this. What you can do is open a pre-existing demonstration file, which has been set up for integration with RiskSpectrum. Go to File, Open, and under your Demo Models folder, and under the folder where you install FRI3D, you'll see a RiskSpectrum FRI3D demo. You can go ahead and open this file called the RiskSpectrumDemo.FRI3D. When this kind of dialog opens, that means the file had been opened before and there's been some changes. I'm going to say no to this because we want to start something fresh. Then you have it, looks empty, but actually if you go again to this compartment list with this dot window over here, you can click on it and select a compartment, and that loads the compartment. Now this file has been already set up with its links between this various raceways to equipments to basic events. And you can actually look at this relationship by going to Window PRA, PSA Logic Inspector, and you can drag this open here, open these raceways, and these raceways are linked to these cables. And these cables are linked to these components, and those components are linked with these basic events, which in turn go ahead and affect your PRE calculation for the rest of the tree. What you see here is this big box, which again is a fire source. You can change how it looks by changing it from general mesh options, from cuboid to a CAD mesh, and then looks like a fire. Now the basic integration with RiskSpectrum works as follows. You have an edit window, edit menu you open, go into preferences, and in this case you select your PRA PSA solver to the RiskSpectrum, and you will have an associated RiskSpectrum PSA file along with this. In this case, it's already in the Demo Models folder, and this is the file it's in. Go ahead and select Yes. And then you would select the database, username and password. In this case, it's SANSA, which is the default root user, RiskSpectrum demonstration file. We have linked that with this demonstration for FRI. And you hit on Update. And once you do that, you click on OK. And it takes a bit. It tries to connect with RiskSpectrum for this model. Get these list of basic events and initiating events. What it also does is convert the RiskSpectrum database file into an Excel file. Then we'll click on Open this again. You click on Update. You'll see the various analysis cases and the initiating events in the RiskSpectrum. What we do inside FRI is actually take this basic base analysis case, which you want the fried fire analysis to be based out of, and then modify it with the fire analysis results. In this case, we pick the code image as our basic analysis case, and your basic base RiskSpectrum base initiating event, which you already set up in RiskSpectrum, is this. So it takes that initiating events as the initiating event for your fire simulation. And you can pick any of these, but this is the base. So it copies these into your freight set of analysis cases initiating events and goes ahead with this. Now you click on OK, and let's do a simple fire simulation, for example. So we click on the source. Mycket difficult. Here. You can click also here. Go to your CFAST. Let's simulate for 100 seconds. Simulate using CFAST and you hit on Run. Now it's simulating using CFAST. You have the results. And when CFAST simulates, it gives you some warnings. These are some of the boundaries of CFAST. We make sure that this is okay, that looks okay to me. And you have this, and you have failure right away. There's no other failures except for the source failure, which is just this. And you can see the temperature is varying all along this here. And you can scroll this timeline by using your mouse button over here. Now we have specific failures starting with this F source, and we have a scenario associated with it called FSource1 CFAST. Now what you can go ahead and do is send this information to RiskSpectrum, and for that you click on this Compute PRA PSA button here, and then you select this scenario, which is this if source, if fuzz, which it actually creates an analysis case in RiskSpectrum based on this source. And you can run multiple of these scenarios and import it all, but I'm just importing one of them. And you click on Run since you've already selected RiskSpectrum as a primary PSA interface. Then what it does, this various activities. It sends the results of the CFAST simulation for fire back into the RiskSpectrum. And here it gives a warning. This is in purpose saying there's some model mismatch and you're trying to set a basic event in RiskSpectrum, but it doesn't exist. But this is okay in this case. We had like the specific error message pop up or warning message pop-ups. If in any case you have some basic event you set in RiskSpectrum, but it doesn't really exist here in a FRI3D database, we're trying to detect it. In this case, it's okay. Just click on OK. And what it will do in the meantime is collect all these results together, and it's going to open the RiskSpectrum interface. Actually, yeah, this is on purpose. Doesn't yet open it, and the reason is because of this. You can go ahead and hit cancel here. Yes, you haven't really specified the correct RiskSpectrum location. Here it says if you know in this case, you have to specify the RiskSpectrum executable where that is if you want RiskSpectrum to open. Otherwise, you can actually open RiskSpectrum and open this Excel file it just created. I'll tell you how to do it. But in this case, let's just assume that this is the wrong location for it. I've actually installed RiskSpectrum and decoder program files, RiskSpectrum PSA, RiskSpectrum.exe. So you click on it. Okay? Then let's go ahead and send these results again. Click on this. Select this scenario. By hitting run. In the same warnings will pop up. Now you will see the spectrum come up. Yeah, in this case you can see it. It's user ID, SA and SA. You can open it. And there's our spectrum. And if you go to analysis cases and results, there'll be an analysis case group. Here, and you'll see the fire current set, which is the analysis case group, which is the parent analysis case for all the fire scenarios sent from FRI. And you will have a boundary condition associated with it, which is this source, which includes the firehouse event for a scenario from FRI3D. Others, so you will see each of these analysis cases. Each scenario will be an analysis case. So you can go ahead and double click on this consequence analysis case. And this consequence analysis case, this is the analysis case for the fire scenarios from FRI. Go ahead and so the results are integrated into RiskSpectrum and it goes into your basic events. If there is a failure associated with any of the equipments or components, it goes into the RiskSpectrum database. This concludes this initial demonstration of how FRI3D integrates with RiskSpectrum. Thank you.